Mm. Hello all. I got a delivery today that has been born from some recent conversation. AB posted in the Pipe Group of India website during the week or the weekend. Zippo have released a yellow flame, so a soft flame butane insert finally, something that many of us have been hoping for. And previously there was only the Thunderbird insert, which a few of us have used. I had one and at first liked it, actually thought it was very good, but it just proved to be pretty unreliable. I don't know if it was leaking, but it didn't convince me that it was holding its gas very well. It just simply refused to light sometimes, even though I was sure there was gas in it. Nothing to do with the flint. I don't know. They don't seem in the longer term to be much of a solution for anyone. I know some of the other guys, I think AB and Ramachandran have had issues too. So they're not so recommendable, I think, generally. And we thought amongst us it would be very interesting to see how the Zippo was. So I checked it out. It's on the official Zippo US website and also on the UK website. It's not available yet, certainly in the UK, from any retailers. I can only find it on the official Zippo UK site, so I bought from them. Irritatingly, right now I can't remember the price, but I think delivered it was about 23 or 24 pounds, but £7 of that was the delivery, which is a bit extortionate for such an item. But anyway, I was keen to give it a go, and I thought it would be of interest to others, so I'll share that. So I've just unboxed the thing. Comes in a simple little package, and the insert itself, here we are. So looks very similar to a typical Zippo, not surprisingly, I suppose. I mean, it has to follow the dimensions and everything. One thing to note, I mean, maybe at first view it wouldn't be apparent, at second view it's immediately obvious. The traditional wind guard is replicated for cosmetic reasons, so it's not like the wind guard you have on the Wick. And that's something that does interest me in terms of where the flame originates. Hopefully it's relatively deep down there, because it would, in theory, help a little bit with wind protection, which is one of the things I'm interested in here, just to see how it compares to my normal lighter, Corona Old Boy. These are fantastic. I love the lighter. It's durable. I'm a bit clumsy sometimes with things like this. Despite trying to be careful, it hits the floor occasionally. So I have a few little scratches and dents, small, but nothing's kind of bending or breaking off. The Peterson that I had before, very similar design, was more fragile, and after a few drops, this arm was getting a little bit bent out of shape, and it wasn't so tough. This is actually a tough little lighter, but it's expensive and it's a nice lighter. I want something that I can take on walks to the beach, or if I'm at the park, and you know that I'm not going to worry too much if I do drop it, or even for that matter lose it, just in terms of the total value of the thing. So Zippos are handy for that, but I do not like liquid fuel. I can't be bothered with the constant filling of them. I like a lighter I can leave lying down for a period of time, come back to it after a week, lift it, and it works. So hopefully this will do that. So as you'd expect, fitting is that. So it just drops in place of your standard insert. I have just gassed it up with some standard butane, 20 seconds or so. It actually was very, very silent. I wasn't convinced that gas was actually going in, but it seems to be. And the function, so you've got a flint wheel, so traditional flint, which I like, no electronic ignition or anything. And the gas is actually activated by this little button. So your finger, your thumb, falls onto that after the spark, and that's what activates the gas, which is something I do like. I mean, it's part of the design of the Old Boy. I don't know that I'd call it a weakness, but it's a subtle issue. Sometimes if I lend that to a friend to light a candle or something like that, or recently was smoking a cigar with a friend of mine, and I was lending him the lighter, he would forget and leave this open while he was chatting, and then get round to lighting. And the same with someone with my wife, when she's lighting some candles, she'll maybe forget. And if when you leave that up, that's the gas flow, so that actuates the gas. So it actually wastes a bit of gas in a sense, if you're not just lighting and closing. Whereas this, again, unlike the Thunderbird, the opening, this is actually the what actually creates the gas flow. So the same with the Thunderbird. When you open the Thunderbird, as soon as it's open, gas is flowing. With this, not. It's the little button that activates the gas. So the function, let's show the flame. It's a nice size flame. Similar to a match, I suppose. Which is good. I was concerned that maybe it would be a little smaller, which I want to mainly use it outside, and I would like one that's going to work with a little bit of wind. I don't expect it to work in a storm or something, but even with the lightest breeze, the old boy will just puff out. In fact, you can barely light it, even with the littlest bit of air blowing by. It won't always light for me. So today is very, very, very moderate wind, like nothing. There's the occasional little breeze, but even with that earlier, it wasn't lighting my pipe first time every time. Now I can control the gas flow with the old boy, as with most butane lighters, and it's a surprising feature lacking in this Zippo. So if you look at the base here, these outer screws, they're construction that's just holding the thing together. Then you have a brass screw here. I haven't disassembled, but it's pretty. I haven't bothered to look at instructions, but it's pretty obvious that that's for the flint. So that will be, a spring behind to replace the flints, and then just the gas insert. So there is no way to control the flame size. But the good news is, as I said, the flame size is actually pretty good. There's a little bit of wind, breeze, like the lightest breeze. There's a little bit blowing there, so you saw it did have an effect on the flame. But we'll see. It's going to need some use, and I'll be able to let you all know how I get on with it. In any case, I've earlier been smoking this pipe. There's a little bit left in the bowl. I'm just going to finish it off here. This is the Dunhill Prince County. No, not County. Sorry, Shell finish. Gift for my mother this Christmas, which was not for Christmas. Sorry, for my birthday, February, my 50th birthday. And I'm delighted with it. It's a fantastic pipe. Feels really nice. Beautiful, elegant design. The tobacco I have in there is the Tiger, which is a house blend of Python Deal, one of Munich's better known tobacconists. So it's a house blend, not easily available. As some of you will know, I reasonably frequently visit Germany. We have a place in Munich, so when I'm there, I always try to pick some of this stuff up. Called the Tiger because of how it looks, I guess. I actually need to double check. I think it's a Virginia Perique blend in flake form. Wonderful smell. Very, very nice, kind of natural. There's almost like a fruit note to it, but it's definitely not an aromatic. I don't think there's any heavy casing or anything. But just a lovely sort of dried fruit smell from it, and it's very mellow to smoke. I gave some a too small, if I'm honest, sample to Simon to try out, and I think he likes it very much. So yeah, unfortunately only available from Deal. Anyway, I'm gonna use this nice new Zippo, insert. It's an old case, and to see how it works out. Now, of course, the thing to note, it's a vertical flame, so it's not like your old boy, which has which doesn't want to light because there's a little bit of, couldn't even call it breeze, but it's a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Obviously, it's a side exit flame, which is very convenient for pipe lighting. This is going to be a vertical flame, so I'm going to have to hold it directly over. But anyway, it is what it is. It's multi-purpose, I guess you can say. So. I think I've not much tobacco left is the issue. It's pretty much gone. Give it another shot here. There we go. I can just enjoy the bottom of that bowl. So, I hope that's helpful as far as the Zippo insert goes. It's too early to say if I'd really recommend it or not. Obviously, I can't say anything about how robust it's going to be. But the first impression, it's a nice little device, certainly superior to the Thunderbird in terms of the build quality. Thunderbird is basically a plastic device. This is, yeah, full metal all around, including the base. And it feels pretty well made, and the chroming is nice, and of course it's going to fit the Zippo perfectly. So we'll see how we go with it. I'll probably not bother to post a video update to say what I think of it. I'll just stick that on the Facebook group and let you all know how I'm getting on with it. But I guess we can wrap it up there. First impressions, pretty good. So thanks for listening. I didn't waffle on as long as I normally do. I hope it's been useful for some of you. Bye now.